Good evening, I'm Jeff Lyons. Sorry we had a little glitch there trying to get on. We are on now just a little late, but the information is still the same, so we will get right to it. Obviously, we have a lot of weather coming our way later tonight and tomorrow. Severe thunderstorms are likely, especially tomorrow, possibly overnight tonight, although we're not really seeing a strong signal for that, at least not in a few hours. By Tuesday morning and into the afternoon, we have a much better chance for seeing some severe thunderstorms, some with large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes. This is what the radar looks like at the moment. We are quiet, however, just to our west, we have quite a bit going on around St. Louis again. Now, I'll go ahead and zoom that out so you can see some of the other storms that are over there. And actually, the Storm Prediction Center just issued a tornado watch, but it's to the west of the tri-state. Does not include any of our counties until 3 a.m. So I think we're going to slip at least through to 3 a.m. without any trouble here in the tri-state. After that, we may hear some rumbles of thunder overnight. And you'll notice too, the Prediction Center did upgrade our risk here. This will be overnight to a level 2. We were at level 1 much of the day, and that's to account maybe for some storms sneaking in here. But again, it would be very late, after 2 or 3 a.m. Tomorrow then, our risk is still the same. These don't update until 1 o'clock tomorrow morning, but we're at a level 3, especially over western Kentucky. And that's where we would expect to see, in addition to large hail damaging winds, a few stronger tornadoes would be possible in that crosshatched area. Unfortunately, this is nearly the same zone that had it Friday, so the timing couldn't be worse. Not that there's ever a good time for a tornado threat to be upgraded. And then damaging winds, also a concern, mainly over western Kentucky overnight, during the day tomorrow. And large hail, as you would expect with any severe weather risk. All right, hour by hour, we go through to about 2 to 3 a.m., maybe a few scattered thunderstorms at that point. Beyond that then, quiets down, we get a little lull in there before the main event unfolds during the afternoon tomorrow. And this would happen sometime after lunch, between noon and say 2. We're expecting thunderstorms to line up and push across the tri-state during that time. We should be done with all severe weather by tomorrow evening. So that is mainly our window of opportunity from about noon tomorrow to 6 p.m. Other indicators for severe weather: we will be very moist again tomorrow before drying out. Plenty of cape, as you can imagine there, with the heat and everything going on to the west. Supercells, yes, those will be possible again tomorrow too. And our significant tornado threat, again, this is Tuesday afternoon. Some areas of the tri-state highlighted there. But again, looking at the Storm Prediction Center, we're mainly concerned with western Kentucky and that tornado risk for tomorrow. Doesn't mean we won't have a risk elsewhere. It just means that's the sort of the concentrated area. Temperature is still very warm right now. We're in the middle 70s, and at this hour, we have kind of humid out there, very light winds. We got up to 83 today after only dropping down to 60 for the low this morning. And that has put us back in the 80-degree club here for this week on our calendar. No rainfall yet. For the month, we are still touting almost an additional inch of rain and about 5 3/4 inches for the year so far. For tomorrow, temperatures rise to near 80 with those scattered thunderstorms pretty much at any time during the day. This is kind of a messy setup because we had the warm front lifting out and the cold front kind of following up in there. So we spend just a brief interlude in the warm sector, and therefore it's kind of hard to say whether everything will blow up during the afternoon or if we will in fact get a few thunderstorms overnight. My money is on a few thunderstorms overnight, but late, after 2 or 3 a.m., heading into the morning, and then our main event setting up here ahead of the cold front by tomorrow afternoon. We should be done then with all active weather by Tuesday night and enjoy a clear and quiet finish to the week. High temps will drop all the way down. These are the highs now, down into the mid-60s Thursday, and then climb back up over the Memorial Day weekend. Looks like it will stay dry through Friday. Our next chance of rain Saturday, maybe Sunday, Monday over Memorial Day weekend. The European model keeps us wet through Tuesday, as does the GFS, and then keeps us dry all the way through Friday with maybe a little rain coming in Sunday, Monday next week. So that would be Memorial Day. And rain amounts, now again, this would take into account tomorrow as well, maybe an inch or an inch and a half of rain total. Pain predictor showing a bit of a dip tomorrow as that low comes through, and then a steady rise going all the way out into the weekend. 67 tonight with some scattered thunderstorms. Tomorrow we should hit 81, and again, storms will be likely mainly during the late morning into the afternoon, and that's why we have our first alert weather day for tomorrow. And then we quiet down. Wouldn't it be nice to go a whole week without anything happening? Probably won't, but we'll at least get 4 or 5 days in there that'll be quiet. Longer range, as you saw those mid-60s for highs, we are going to cool down toward the end of the month and stay a little wetter than normal too. And it wouldn't be the first alert weather show at 9 without a pet pick. Whoops, we went right by. And this is, I think that's Venus. I wanted to say Venice. I would say Venice, probably. Anyhow, Carrie Newman's kitty taking shelter there in a very ornate shelter box. All right, let's have a look at your questions here, see if we have any. And a lot of you wondering if we can go to bed tonight. Yes, you're going to be fine to go to bed tonight. Just make sure you have a way to get warnings. If you're anxious about sleeping with storms, make sure you have a NOAA weather radio. The First Alert app will wake you. It'll send a tone. Or, just check the weather before you go to bed, and then set an alarm and check it every couple hours. But I think, and we'll go back here and look at the radar in a minute, we will be fine. Do I think it will get as bad as Friday? I don't think so, no. Let's see here. Yeah, I know anytime we talk about overnight or late night storms, it doesn't help anybody calm down very much, does it? Greg Warmick, the tornado Friday came with the second round of storms, and the first time typically deplete the energy. Not always, as we've seen. Every event's a little different. Everyone teaches us a new lesson. I was kind of giving up on the whole idea of severe weather Friday at about 4, because all the surrounding storms kind of sucked up the energy, and we thought, well, okay, this is a bust. And then, of course, it wasn't a bust. So it's always hard to actually, get a handle on that. Indy 500 looking good. Craig McFadden. Right now there is a chance of rain there on Sunday, but we don't have the exact, timing in that just yet here, being Monday. Let's see. Yeah, I've got this throat allergies thing going myself. Sorry about that. That's why I'm going to kind of cut this thing short, and I'm like a little foggy. You know how that is. You feel kind of hungover. I'm not hungover, by the way, but you just stuffed up and drippy and not fun to be around. All right, let's do this. We will go back here, and I just have a short science corner for you now. Our tornado count is now up to 12 for the tri-state. We picked up 2 more tornadoes over Friday night, the EF3 here in Morganfield, Union County, and an EF2 in southern Gallatin County out here by Eagle Creek. This was actually part of a longer track supercell that produced an EF4 tornado over in Williamson County. So we were lucky that it did weaken, but our 2 storm tracks there were fairly long, almost 10 miles there across Union County. And by my count now, we are up to, I think I said 12, I meant 13 tornadoes for the year. And this is for the 14 News viewing area. So we don't have the same counties as the National Weather Service out of Paducah. They have a much larger total number of tornadoes because they cover more counties than we do. We cover about 22 counties right in here. Anyway, it's certainly been enough, and it's certainly not out of the question that we could add a couple more to our count tomorrow. So I'm going to save my voice here for tonight As much as I'd like to visit, I need to shut up and keep drinking water here so I have a voice for tomorrow. Please stay safe. Make sure you're watching our updates here and you have a way to get the information when warnings are issued. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow and at 14 News Tonight.